So hi, I just moved out and I got this thing for a repair, so I will be making a video about this thing. These are MK3s and I believe these are brand spanking new. I mean, look at them. I think this is the new old stock because this thing, well, except the dust and for some reason the place I moved to is well, dusty. Take a look at this thing. These are brand new. Unfortunately, they were from Japan, which means that they were made for 110 volts, and the guy connected them, both of them, simultaneously to 220 volts. So something inside exploded. Since these are old, I believe that they do have some kind of protection inside of them. So I'll be disassembling them and well, making a video about them. So yeah. Okay, so here we are. Hi. By the way, this hoodie is awesome. I feel like George Costanza when he wore that velour thing. Okay, let's remove the platinum. By the way, this is brand spanking new. It's beautiful. But before I do, let me see whether this thing is actually in short circuit or not. Okay. Huh. So this thing is dead. I believe that this thing has a blown fuse, maybe. Just a second. I'm not quite sure where the fuse is, so I will be opening this thing first, and then we'll see whether the fuse is in here or somewhere else, actually, you know. But I'm so sad for this turntable because it's very beautiful, you know. Because this does not have like a speck of dust in it, and wow. Okie dokie. Is the fuse somewhere around here? AC input goes in here. I don't see any fuse anywhere. Okay. Let's see how this thing actually goes. Okay. Okay. Fuse is actually, you know, it says that fuse should go here, but it's not in here. Only a capacitor. Let's see how this thing goes. This thing goes here directly, and this thing goes from here to here. I don't see any short circuits around here, seriously. Okay. What about this thing? But this thing is actually dead. So everything going to transformer. What about from transformer? So the output part of the transformer is okay, but the input one is not. Okay, just a second. I think that the transformer just blew out, which I believe kinda sucks. But you know, it is what it is, right? Yeah. Anyway, the box is in here and I actually haven't opened it. So yeah, let's do the unboxing of the power supplies, right? This is actually a good scalpel. I do hope that this thing is okay. This thing is like, you know, pretty... packaging is pretty good, you know. Let's see what do we get inside. Okay, some screws, which is, well, always nice. Okay. And I'm actually not quite sure why there is like this switch. I have no clue. But this thing actually looks very decent, and it even has the rubbery parts, a couple of fuses, and there is like a voltage selector. So basically I'm guessing this is like 115 times twice. I'm guessing this is in serial or I don't know, parallel or whatever. I think that this is the well, power in. I'm not quite sure what else would it be, but this thing looks very beautiful. So this is the model of the Toroid there is, and this thing should be better than the original, but let's be real, it might not. Okay. But I think that it will be. So here are the original screws, and I will be showing you how to change, how to remove the ground wire as well, because the owner asked me to do that thing as well. Okay, so first of all I need to unsolder the, this is the power in. Okay, I can remove this thing. This is just basically threaded on. So you know what, let me zoom in a bit and let me show you. Okay, so as you can see, this is basically just like threaded on. Even the new one you get the wires to thread it on, so even like this one, so for example even this one has like such wires, so you can thread it on the here and not use any soldering. Okay, I can actually remove everything. So just a second, let me unsolder this thing. Okay, beautiful. Sorry, maybe the angle might not be very good, but unfortunately I cannot solder with my left hand, so you know. Let's try to remove this thing as well. Yeah, soldering with left hand is not very great, you know. Okay. I should probably turn on the fume extractor, but whatever. And I will be removing this thing as well, and this thing as well. And I will be actually keeping this as a replacement for if somebody else arrives, because this is a good board, so you know. Unfortunately these ones are goner, but the board itself is okay, and I can actually, I think I can use even this thing, so you know, there is that. And I'll think I'll have to remove everything, so fuck it. Ah well. Okay, let's see how this thing actually looks. I mean, this thing looks rather neat, right? And it looks actually beautiful, to be honest. And yeah, brilliant. Okay, actually, now I know why there are like 3 screws, because these are longer than the original ones. But yeah, I think that this thing will be awesome. But we'll see, you know. Okay, so this one. Okay. So this thing is not going anywhere. And the third one, very beautiful. And these wires are overkill, especially for the turntable, but you know, why not? And this thing is not going anywhere, and this thing looks beautiful. This thing is like brilliant, you know. Now let me see if I can actually just remove this thing and remove the wire, or I need to remove the bottom part as well. I actually do not. Oh, how awesome is this? I think I don't. No, I don't. Okay, brilliant. And I need to get myself the Euro connector. So you know what? So let's do that. But before I do that, you know what? Let me thread this thing on. And I'll be using some, you know, tweezers to thread it on, because I think it will be way easier. I mean, this thing looks okay. Need to press this thing and push it downwards. Okay. So this is the metal part. This thing will be beautiful, you know. Yes. Okay. Yes. And I will be measuring just to see if I can have the same length as the the original one. Okay, so basically I think that is it. Anyway, let's clean this thing. And I have these pliers which are kind of cool. I can probably clean both wires at the same time. Yes, awesome. Very nice. And I actually think that this thing will probably fit, you know. So this is kind of awesome. Okay. So let's go through here, and then through here. and I think that it goes like this, but you know, actually need to measure the length of the cable needed to go here. So something like right, this, right? Awesome. Okay. And I will be using this sleeve as well, because you know, Technics put it there for a reason, and I am not going to remove it. Okay, so that is it, I guess. So let's see if I can place the original, I don't know how do you call this thing, rivet or whatever, inside. Okay, so this actually took some force, but it's inside. So yeah, I really did think that I was going to use zip ties, but I don't know, I want this thing to be perfect, you know, well, as perfect as it gets. And I'm not quite sure whether I should use the you know what, I'll actually use some solder with these wires so I can just like bend them. Okay. Okay. Now let's cut those wires, something like, you know, this. Beautiful. And now let's, you know, bend them. And now let's install them, right? Now the coloring scheme on this thing is actually irrelevant, because you can plug in this thing, you know, each way you want, so whatever. That kind of sucks, because now I need to disassemble it. Now I need to disassemble the bottom part. Yeah, there are like shitload of screws, damn it, but I do need to. And this thing is actually just done by unscrewing this thing. This is actually a ton of work. Ah, damn it. Ah, well. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? And I don't want to fuck this thing up, because this thing can be fucked up and it would suck if I do so. But there are like tons of screws underneath, so you know, I'll be back after I remove those screws, you know. Okay. And now I can turn this thing like this. And the yeah, this is actually, so the needle itself is in the air. You're gonna have to trust me on that one. And I will be showing you on this turntable how to, well, fix the ground as well. So, well, remove it. And oh, and by the way, there are like these metal screws, and they go into the metal part. So basically, these ones, such as this one, go into the plastic part. So there are 3 types of screws so far. I think that's actually it. It's way easier with this thing. Basically, all I need to do is remove this screw and remove this switch and install this switch, and this thing should be it. But this is way easier than I thought that it will be. Kind of awesome. Okay. So remove the old one, and now I can actually remove the motherboard as well. And with the new, right? Okay. I have no idea why they used such thick wires. I mean, why? It's not like 100 amps goes to this, right? Oh well. But this thing should probably be it, I think. Okay. Yes. Okay, cool. And that's basically the entire procedure. I will have to move the wires in somehow, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now let me show you this part on how to remove the ground wire. It's actually quite easy. So there are 2 screws in here which you need to remove. Okay. Okay, and this one. Okay, I'll just pull this thing up. Okay, so basically you need to press in here. There is like a little piece of plastic that you need to press inside. Okay, and I can now remove the wire and this thing. So basically, I don't know whether you can see it or not, but there is this clip that goes inside, so you can actually just pry something in here and just separate it. But have in mind that this thing might break because this is, well, an old turntable. So there is that. Okay, now this is the ground wire, and basically ground wire. Okay, these thin ones are for the cartridge. So basically this is the one ground and this is the second ground. So basically these two need to be connected with ground wire. I mean, in theory you can only solder it to one, but then it could have like a noise when if you only connect one instead of both cinches, and we don't want that. Now let's try to connect this one, right? Okay, so basically like this. So what I did was I made wire like this, and I'm gonna pre-tin these two. And now I'm going to solder this thing to ground as well. Okay. Okay. And now I need to connect the black wire with these two wires, and that's basically it. And not basically, that is it. The ground has been fixed. Now I can actually stick this thing back on, and there you have it. The ground has been fixed, and now we can put this thing, you know, back where it belongs, and I can actually close this turntable and see if it will work or not. I think it will, but you know, you never know. There is always something that can go wrong, right? Alrighty then. So again, this thing underneath this thing in here. Now I just need to put this thing down and close it, and that is it. We are done. But yeah, very beautiful, right? You've never seen Technics with such thick cables. Mine does not have it. But yeah, that is it. Okay. Let's put the plastic back in. You know what? I'm gonna actually test to see whether this thing turns on or not. But I am going to put the platter on. And this thing, and it's kind of cool because now I can actually change the voltage. So you can actually change from 110 to 220. You actually get like, okay, I need power. Okay, I have power. Okay, it's on, and it's working perfectly. So awesome. Brilliant, right? And as you can see, now let me move the turntable. Okay, as you can see, the dots are in the middle. The middle ones are not moving. So if I slow down the pitch, they will be moving backwards, and if I'm at 0, they will be center. And if I, if I move the pitch up, they will be moving up. So this turntable has actually been repaired. Awesome. Yeah, this is actually working. Awesome. And it's actually very beautiful, and I'm quite happy with the results. because with these things you never know, you know. But again, this is a new turntable, so yeah. Well, anyway, if you like this video, please click thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. As always, if you have any questions, ask them down below. And you know, until the next time. Yeah.